welcome back to Lavender Blue. Today in this video I want to show you how to make these sweet little shabby flowers, and I've been making them out of tissue paper. So there's just a way of folding and cutting, and they're very easy to make. They look beautiful and shabby. You can use any colour. I've just used white, and in the middle I've just put a little enamel dot. You could use a button or any little bits of bling. So I'm going to show you with the tissue paper, and then also I recently got this paper, which is actually called cicada wing paper, from Temu, and it's very fine. It's very soft. It's like not as crinkly as this. It's sort of really soft, and I don't know what it's made of, but I was watching another YouTuber. I've forgotten her name, sorry, but she also had this same paper, and she researched as to whether it's actually made from cicada wings, which it isn't. So it's just what they call it because it looks a little bit like, you know, the wings. But yeah, then I'll try some with that paper. Okay. So all you do, now I didn't measure anything because I just like to do things by eye basically. And all I did was cut a kind of a rectangle. Let's just cut this jaggedy edge off. So I cut a rectangle, let's see, maybe about 2.5 inches wide. And you want to get it so that it's actually a square. So I'm just cutting it a little bit shorter here. And you're going to fold it in half. So up from the bottom, fold it in half, and then up from here, fold it again. Now this is where I can see if I've got a square or not. So it is mostly square, so that's fine, but if I had a bit poking out there, I would just cut it off. Okay, so it's a square when you fold it in half. In other words, the two halves need to be roughly the same. So I'll start again. Fold up, and then get this corner and fold up. Or get, it doesn't really matter which one, but I'll get this next corner and fold it up. And then this one and fold it up. So I end up with a kind of a sort of a cone shape, the crooked top. So you just keep folding the corners up, and then this point here, and I hope I'm doing this right because the first time I cut it, it actually fell apart, so it was wrong. But you want the point where the folds are, not the open edge. Just going to cut like a petal shape. So just like that. Come around, and you know, it looks a bit like a teardrop or an ice cream cone. And hopefully when you open it up, you'll have two sheets of petals, okay? So you'll have two. Now you could use, I used 4. Where's my flower? I used 4, so I had the 2 little ones that I made and then larger ones. So you want a couple of different sizes. You could do 3 layers if you wanted to as well. So I know roughly what size I made that one. So I want either a smaller one or a bigger one, depending what size I want my flower. So I think I might do a weenie one. So all I'm doing is cutting it slightly smaller. You know, I'm just guessing. It might be too small, I'm not sure, but we'll see. So, and it doesn't even have to be, you know, exact. So I'm folding it in half. I'm folding that up to the top. And that is over, but that's okay, because that will be cut off. Now I'm going to fold to the top again, and I'll do once more so that it's quite small, and I'll just cut a little another one. And see, now I've got 2 smaller ones, and I sort of stagger the petals, and I can put them on there like that. Now this might seem weird, but I kind of screwed mine up because, you know, I want more of a shabby look, and I want the petals to stand up a little bit when I put it together. So I'm going to glue undo them, and of course you can ink if you want to. I did not ink this one. Shall I put a little bit of ink just to see the difference? Might do just a little bit of ink on this one, just with the soft makeup brush. And you can actually probably do it after you've put it together. Maybe easier. And I'm only putting a touch of colour. Actually would be nice with a pink. I do have some pink distress ink, but I'm not sure where it is. But yeah, it would look nice with a pink or a blue. You know, just depending on the colour of your journal. This is Gathered Twigs from Tim Holtz. Yeah, so we're just doing a light, very light colour there. And we're going to glue them all together. This is just tacky glue. You can use PVA. And I just put a dot in the centre. And the next one. The last one, and then of course I want to put my bling, and you can ruffle up the petals when the glue's dry as well, like this. You see the difference with the ink and without the ink? Not sure if the camera picks it up. Yeah, that's a smaller one, so maybe I'll use a smaller. maybe I'll use this medium-sized dot. Bit of tacky glue. And now that one's ready to go. So I'm sort of just doing a mini mass make of these, because if you run out of flowers and fabric flowers or something, I think these are just as nice. They're kind of soft looking. Let's see, let's cut. I'll just do one more out of this paper, and then I will do the cicada wing paper and see how that goes. But I haven't actually used it yet. So maybe if I just and that one did turn out square by a fluke. We're going to keep folding upwards. Make this a larger one. Depends on how far up you cut. If I cut lower, it will be a smaller one. So it really doesn't matter the size of your paper. It's really how far up you cut. Okay, so that's one. Let's move this paper out the way. So don't worry too much about your edges, because as I said, they'll be cut off. This is not square, which it doesn't really matter, but I like to cut it off, otherwise it just gets in the way. And I'm just going to keep going up. And again, we have our little folded bits down there. So I'm going to do a smaller one this time. It's very small. Might need a medium one in between, let's see. I have my bigger one. Gosh, yeah, this is really small. But that doesn't matter, it can be like a different sort of a flower maybe. I will still use that. Yep. But as I said, you can do 3. Do a medium one as well. Just glue them together. I think I'll show you with a button this time instead of an enamel dot. Show you what that looks like. There we go. So it did give me a sort of a different flower, didn't it? So yeah, very quick and easy, but very effective. Let's get a little pink button. And my tacky glue will probably work, but I was looking for I was looking for my stronger glue. I'm not sure where I put that. Okay, let's just use this. It also would look nice actually if you just threaded some cotton, sewed some cotton through the holes first. It'll look like you've sewn the button on. So we just leave that to dry. So there's our little white ones. Now let's try the cicada wing paper. Okay, I'm cutting bits. Oh, I'm going to cut 2 rectangles. Let's do the same thing again. It's very, very fine, this paper. That's not right. You can't really make a mistake as long as you keep folding upwards and you cut on the folded point. Let's do a kind of medium-sized pattern. That looks good. So it just gives me a variation in colour. The more shabby ones and the more vintage looking one. And I'm sure that you could also do this with baking paper, or as you call it in the US, I think you call it parchment paper. Pretty sure you could. Well, any paper. This is just, you know, making them nice and sort of soft looking. So let's do that. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. Sorry about my fingers not working properly. And that will go on there like that, and that's beautiful and soft. It's cicada wing paper. So if you have bought it and you weren't sure what you would do with it, these little flowers are such a great idea for this type of paper. Of course, it would also make some nice clear pockets, some nice pages. That one's turned out a funny shape, but I'm not worried about it. And let's put a little enamel dot on that one. course the glue will dry clear, so you won't see that. Beautiful. And I'll wait for it to dry before I actually crinkle it up a little bit more. So there you go. If you've got some spare tissue paper, or you've got that cicada wing paper, you can make these gorgeous shabby little flowers for your junk journals. That's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye.